What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this first episode. Um, Today I'm reviewing the Dragon Ball Evolve figures. This will be a brand new line released by Bandai America. It's pretty dope. It's a 5-inch figure line, so not quite. Doesn't really scale with anything. It's kind of its own scale right now. The Dragon Ball Shoto is those are, I believe, 3 3/4. Um, you know, um, then you have Dragon Stars, which is 7-inch, and then after that, SH Figure Arts, I believe, is supposed to scale 6, but they are a little bit on the short side of 6. But yeah, it's still pretty dope. Truthfully, I got this for $15 Canadian, which would probably work out to, $9 or $12 American, depending on how much the retailer puts it up. I'm not really sure what the SRP is for that, but I think probably the crazier part for this figure is I scooped it up at Walmart. Out here in Canada, you don't see too much. Out here in Canada, we don't have Dragon Stars at Walmart. I think Toys R Us just started carrying Dragon Stars, but yeah, so we're starved for Dragon Ball product out here in Canada that we don't have to go to like some anime store to get. Truthfully, the EB Games, which is the equivalent of GameStop out in the States, has started carrying more Dragon Ball and SH Figure Arts, and even the statues and the different figures. So that was pretty dope. That's pretty cool to see that type of movement in terms of retailers, but we're still lacking additional places to purchase these types of products at, right? Where more availability creates a little bit more of an even marketplace, right? Because if prior to going to EB Games, having it available there at retail, we're going all over the place. You're trying to catch it on Amazon for retail, or you're trying to catch it on overseas on any of the different websites, trying to get it for retail on those sites. But then you go to a local anime shop and they're hitting you for Saiyan Raised on Earth for $90 when it's a $50 Canadian figure. So it's pretty cool to see this at Walmart for $15. Truthfully, here in Canada, it's not at every Walmart. I've been to 4 different Walmarts looking for it, and I only found it at one. I don't think it was even sold out, because the one that I found it at had all the figures. So there's 3 in this first wave. It's from this first wave is for the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. So it's Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. Goku's probably the best of the 3. He's best proportion. The skull for Broly is really nice. It's just, problem is he's the same height as Goku. I mean, what do you expect for a $15 figure, right? So, I mean, I would have been good. I would have paid $25 for Broly to make him bigger. But at the same time, it's a start. See what happens, right? Same time, it's exciting to see these products being mainstream again, right? Again, like I said, it was a little bit difficult for a little bit to try to trying to get SH Figure Arts at times, and especially out here in Canada. So to find this at Walmart's pretty exciting. I think that's probably the most exciting part of this line, and hopefully it grows. The other part that's really dope to this, unfortunately, is the packaging. I got this guy, took it out the packaging right away, but the packaging is really dope. It comes in a blister card. There's no additional hands. It just comes with the one set of hands that are on him right now. But yeah, it's the artwork's really dope. It's kind of bordering on 80s, 90s action figure packaging to crossed with like I mean, I'm not hating, but almost like bootleg, bootleg packaging. It's a little bit on the dark side. They can brighten it up a little bit. Um, if I'm gonna probably do another review based on probably Broly or Vegeta, but I'll make sure I don't destroy the packaging before I get to it. But yeah, no, the packaging's pretty dope. It feels retro, and at the same time, it's just like when you go to Chinatown and you see like a bootleg figure and stuff like that, you're just like, oh, you're the artwork is what really draws you in. It's not necessarily like that figure. It may be the figure too, but because they just hella recolored it. But at the same time, like the way the packaging goes is that's what really draws you in initially, because you're just like, oh, it feels off, but it's just like they'll pick a really dope picture for the packaging, and it's so the artwork on the packaging is really nice. And again, it's retro looking. I would almost I would almost be down just to pick it up just for the packaging, but I'm not a I'm not a mint on card collector. I open everything, so in terms of that, it doesn't really work out for me. But onto the figure. So he doesn't really scale with anything. Again, you can't. It'll take it'll take some camera work to kind of get him to fit. On the Facebook groups, they was talking about, could you take SH Figure Arts Krillin head and turn him into Krillin, just because. Let me put him up behind the saying raised on Earth Goku with a demoniacal fit head. You can see how much shorter he is compared to Goku. Goku is shorter than Goku. Also, you see the differences in terms of the paint apps. In terms of the boots, he's missing some paint down on the boots. Crazy part is it's actually sculpted in. So, here, focus. The sculpt is there for the lines, for the different for the stripes on the boots. The sculpt is there. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna paint this again. Like in terms of this line, I was probably gonna be out of it just because I wanted to. It's another line that I'm gonna invest in, and I got too many. I got too much of that going on already. But we'll see. I mean, it's not like it's hella expensive. It's $15, and However, let me move this guy out the way. In terms of articulation, man, you get a lot for $15. So you get the butterfly joints on the shoulders. So I mean, you get forward, and then you also get back. So you get, just to have butterfly joints on a $15 figure is pretty impressive. Dragon Stars, we looking at you, bro. Ball joint head, so he gets pretty good range of motion. Head, the neck's not articulated, but at the same time, like, I will say, like, I've had a couple times where the head's just popped off. So I might drop some sticky tack or drop some nail polish up on the ball peg, just to kind of tighten that up a little bit. Ball joint in the waist, so you got the peg that moves, that's articulated in there, and then after that, you get that midsection swivel, and then single joint elbows, and then you have rotation in the wrists, and then a hinge. Again, he only comes in one set of hands, so the open palm, Kamehameha hands. I mean, truthfully, there's only really one pose that I really put this guy in. When I first got this guy, his hips didn't move. They were really stiff. So, but his hips do articulate up, and then after that, there's a ball peg in there. So you get outward, and then after that, you get the hip rotating. You get the upper thigh swivel, and then after a single joint for the knees, and then after that, you got You got that hinge, and then you got up and down. I think it's a ball peg in there. Nope, it's another hinge. So 2 hinges on the ankle. So that's pretty dope. It doesn't come out. Oh, and it comes out too. So, oh, well, no, it comes out. So yeah, hinge and ball peg. I mean, if I was to invest into this line, I would probably get this first line just because I would only want it just because there's probably more coming, right? The hand comes out, so you can probably have other figures that have different hands, and you can mix and match between the hands. The sculpt isn't bad, right? In terms of the eyes, focus, right? It's well painted. I know the samples that we see on the internet, they're fully painted. I don't know why Bandai does that, man. Just let me see what it looks like, and then I'll work on it as I go. But there's only really one pose that this guy. He only has really one purpose, and it's just to do the Kamehameha, right? So just he does that pose extremely well. He is a little bit floppy. He can be a little bit floppy on the legs, but at the same time, can't complete the Kamehameha. His shoulders don't come out enough. Let me point the head down a little bit. Get this guy turned. But yeah, so he poses real nice. In terms of kicks, he's. I don't know if I'll be able to get him to stand. See, I was talking about how the head kind of pops off sometimes, but in terms of splits, he damn near has the split. He can damn near Van Damme, but actually I could probably Van Damme him if I just adjusted that. And that's damn near. I mean, so. But yeah, no, he's hella posable. $15, man. Like, he's a little bit on the floppy side, but at the same time, like, it's not a bad start. I'm pretty sure there's nowhere to go but up for this line. Again, I would probably say, in my opinion, Goku's probably the best looking of the three. Vegeta looks a little off, but and then after that, Broly's only issue is that he's hella small. So, like, we're used to that big menacing Broly. He's comes off as being pretty small. So yeah. Again, not bad for a $15 figure. Pretty excited to see where this goes. I mean, I'm not. I'm saying I won't invest in it, but I probably will. I ain't gonna lie. This particular one will probably go to my son. And then after that, whatever comes next. If I end up getting the rest of the wave, or if I rebuy the Goku and the rest of the wave, I might keep it on card and then see what happens down the line. And if we see more figures come for the line that have different hands, then you have more options. I think we're kind of spoiled with the SH figure arts and how even I'm doing that right now. You're almost judging it based on SH figure arts, right? So I don't know if that's necessarily fair, but at the same time, it's natural. You're gonna do that because just the way it moves is kind of like SH. We don't put Dragon Stars in that same category because they're not as articulated. And then so when you have the amount of articulation that this figure has, then obviously then you want that flexibility on that figure. So again, just in this simple pose, he might, like I said, he might just live like this. It might just be this pose that this Goku stays in. but and it's a really good pose. It's not, it doesn't look off at all. So again, paint apps down around the feet could be better, but the eyes are good. Hair's not bad. You know, there's spots in the hair, but it's whatever. It's you barely see it, just even with this. Um, Hold on, let me see if I can throw the ball in there. So and then with it being a little bit smaller than with some of these energy effects, with you know, so you get that, which is pretty dope. So sorry, son, you might not be getting this figure. But yeah, no. But yeah, that's kind of the end of this review. Hope I didn't ramble too much. I probably did, to be honest with you. It's first one. But yeah, $15. Dragon Ball Evolve. Again, see if I pick up the rest of the line and our review. I mean, the packaging again is the dope part, right? If I had skills, I'd flash the packaging on on the screen right now, but it's kind of just being done on my phone right now, and I'll probably evolve along with these reviews in terms of how I do them. So again, hope you enjoyed. Hope I didn't ramble too much, but again, it's pretty dope for $15 Canadian. You get a lot of you get a lot of bang for your buck, even if you are missing some things. It's still pretty dope. Cool. All right. Peace.